of how great a love can be. The simple truth about the love it brings to me. Where do I to tell the story, to tell the story, to tell the story of love, great love, to tell the story, to tell the story about the love it brings, to tell the story, to tell the story, to tell the story of love, great love, to tell the story, to tell the story about the love.
About social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermain Botsio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermain Botsio. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. As you guys know, it is Wednesday. Absolutely. And I got the one, the only mind of Jamal on Double Barrel J's Wednesdays. How you doing here, brother?
Let's flame!
Absolutely, let's flame. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Jermain?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
How's the weather up there?
Let me tell you something. It's been raining. So
same down here in North Carolina.
It's been raining over there as well.
Oh yes, God. We had a little reprieve for about 2 hours. The sun came out in Durham, then the sun went right back in.
I'm telling you, the rain has been going crazy for the last probably about 3 days. Yeah, it's just been going crazy. So, what can I say? You know, I've been trying to stay a little bit dry around here, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely, but it's better than the cold. I can tell you that. So if you're here in Minnesota, I mean, you ain't really crying.
I want that snow y'all got, Jermaine. I'm jealous of that snow y'all got up there, man. Because when y'all get that snow, y'all get snow.
Oh yeah, the snow is wild. It is. You might like the snow, and I know you're saying you like the snow, but I'm telling you, after you're here for a while and it's screwing up your car with all the salt and everything else, you'll see rust. It get real icky inside your house. The kids start bringing in all sorts of crap. I mean, you'll get sick of the snow real quickly. Trust me.
Real quick, Jermaine.
Yes,
how
sir.
did you enjoy yesterday, your George Floyd day? Because yesterday was the day everybody took time, if you're ghetto, and sat there and said how great and wonderful George Floyd was.
I'm ouch. I said it's an ouch for Minnesotans. Let me tell you, George Floyd Day, let me tell you, it was BS. I didn't enjoy it. At first, I didn't even know what was going on until my brother hit me up and told me about it. He said, oh, yeah, there's some events going on. I said, what events are going on? Are they giving out free fentanyl? You get what I'm saying? Is there free fentanyl on George Floyd Day?
Free speedball.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Are they giving out fake 20s? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they probably giving out fake 20s. You know, you get high and you get a fake 20. All in one day, let me tell you. It's a beautiful day. Absolutely.
It's a beautiful morning.
Oh, Lord.
Crap.
That's wild. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do us a favor. Please, oh, please, oh, please, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We gonna need your help, all right? Even though we have the great Donald Trump in office, commander-in-chief, let me tell you something. There's some evil folks out there still in the world. Yes, and they're in the tech industry, Silicon Valley. And they don't like me and you. They don't like the way we think at all. They want us erased. That's why they come out with AI and all this other crap. We need your help. We need you to share and hit that like button. And if you can, please donate like our good friend Diggy L777 on Rumble. Says sunny SoCal 70s, perfect weather. Trump pardons Larry Hoover. 33% of Harvard students are non-American. Fentanyl Floyd has assumed room temperature. Let's fly. Absolutely. Shout out to Diggy L777. I believe that's Pookie. Shout out to you, Pookie. Absolutely. So we need your help. So if you can donate like Pookie here, Diggy L777, take the $5 challenge. All right. That's less than a cheeseburger at McDonald's right now. Right? McDonald's, look at how high it's getting. You getting soybean patty burgers, and the burgers are not even that good. They're not. They got some pink slime and all sorts of crap on there. And now look at Robert F. Kennedy. You see what he's doing? He's getting rid of all the crap that's in food.
He ain't playing either.
He ain't playing. The extra sugar that's making you fat.
Playing.
You get what I'm saying? The fluoride in the water. He's coming for everything. Absolutely. All the Luciferians putting stuff to mess us up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So it's a good day.
Everything.
It is. So make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. All right. Brother it seems like everybody's in the room here. It seems like folks been waiting here for a while too. So I'm ready to run my lips and flame. How about yourself?
That's the flamethrower, cause we flaming.
Absolutely, we are flaming.
Oh, this Jermain done went to
Yes,
space on the nigga. Snap!
You know it. I done went to the Himalayas. First one up here, ladies and gentlemen. First one up. As you guys know, we love speaking about social issues on this show. Because social issues, let me tell you something, will win folks faster than a fiscal one or a lot of that BS that's out there right now that you see these weak-kneed Republicans peddling. Let me tell you. Social issues, you better believe it. That's what your mama loves, right? Well, let me tell you something. In this viral video here on this podcast, it's a show called Whatever, a podcast called Whatever. And they speak to young women of today, you know, the new age women. I don't know if it's Generation X or millennials or but it's the new age ones, the ones that are 35 and below. All right. And they had a topic on the show, and the show was called Body Count. Oh, yeah. It's a body count. And what's going on, they're saying, is that women of today, of 2025, this new generation, ladies and gentlemen, the women don't care about body count. They're saying that the women aren't virtuous. Yeah. They don't care. They believe that they can go and, you know, bang anything that walking, like a lot of guys out there, and be able to settle down at the end of the day with a nice guy like Cassie Ventura. Yeah. If you know what I mean. I want to go ahead here and run this video, and when it comes back, I want to speak to you guys about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. I want to know, does body count really matter when you're dating somebody and you really like them? Does body count really matter? Here we go. Make sure you do your due diligence. Here we go.
If body count doesn't matter, what's your body count? Starting with Desiree.
Well, I've been sexually active for 25 years. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I would say probably around 50.
I don't believe you.
You think it's more?
Holy
Maybe
smoke,
50,000.
50.
I want to say less than 10.
22. I think like 30.
Out of respect to my son, because he's watching the show, I'm not going to answer that, but I only say that I haven't been with a lot of men.
More than like 110.
Are you like a runner-up for me? Come on, are you close?
More than you,
50?
yeah.
No, she said
More than me?
more than 200.
No, I wouldn't say more than 115.
How old are you?
Holy
26, 27.
smokes.
I'm not going to say it on the internet, but it's single digits.
Less than 5.
This is for all of you.
Multiply it by 3 and that's the real number.
I'm so done.
Majority of the people in this country have no value. They traded their value a long time
No
ago
value.
for money, specifically the women. And men, because they realize they don't have a lot of material, marriage material women in this country, the women in this country destroyed the men. Remember that the girl here said before, oh, we're not in the 60s, we're not in the 50s. Yes, and it's really bad because in the 60s and in the 50s, women had values. They knew how to treat a man. And I'm not saying women necessarily have to sit at home and not work and just raise the kids. You can have your career, you can be ambitious, you can do things, but still majority of women in this country, they have a prostitute mentality, and it's really, really sad. A lot of the men, the older men that want to date younger women, it's either because they need to have a younger woman to have multiple children with her. I know because I know a lot of personally people like that. Second, women, like it or not, they like younger body, they like younger vagina, they like younger look, they like to go outside and be seen with a younger woman. They want something fresh that lasts for a long time. Even though, with that being said, men, a lot of the younger women, when they get to like age like 35, 40, they usually want to leave these older men. So a lot of men, let's be honest, a lot of men want to be with a younger woman. As much as it hurts to the older women, a lot of guys just want a fresh body, want to have a tight vagina. They didn't go through pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
They don't want all the emotional burden. A woman in her 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, they already set their own ways, usually stubborn. So they don't want that. You work 1 hour a week, you spread your legs or whatever you do in OnlyFans, you think it's going to give you a future? No, it's not capitalism. It's prostituting in the camera. It doesn't matter if they touch you,
gosh,
smell you,
what a
whatever. They can see your
flamer.
vagina and how you giving blowjobs in the camera. This is something you could never take away. And your son, when he grow up, they're gonna tell him your mommy's a hoe. Oh my God, your mom did OnlyFans. You traded
Absolutely.
value for money, and you could be a cleaning lady. Go clean 10 houses a day, 10 hours a day.
What the fuck would I
right?
clean? I'm almost 40 years
Instead of
old,
going
bitch.
and
My
prostitute
back would
yourself,
hurt like shit.
and your vagina doesn't hurt.
No, my vagina doesn't hurt. It's in very good
When
shape, thank you.
Really? I don't believe it. I don't believe
And I
it's in a
don't
good
piss
shape.
myself or anything like you do, bitch.
What do I do?
Because I
Wow, and I'm
You know
gonna
why
stop
a
it
lot of
right
men
here.
laugh
I'm
at
gonna
women
stop it
and
right
treat
here,
us like
man.
They're dicks.
Okay, no, they're not dicks.
Talk about fire. Talk about fire.
Oh, she cooked.
Let me tell you something. Somebody was cooking. Was cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody was cooking, and they were cooking some good food, some hibachi. Like, you get what I'm saying? They were cooking some hibachi. Brother, what do you think about this here? So, they went around the table, and they were asking the women about their body count. And let me tell you something. These women shocked me. When they were talking, I was holding on to my britches. Let me tell you, I was certainly holding on to it. What do you think about it? One woman said 115. My heart jumped, and I was looking for some latex. What do you think?
Jermain, I got music playing through my stereo. I got music playing.
Oh.
Jermain.
Yeah.
I got music playing through my headphones.
Do ya? I'm not playing no music.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Wow, that was on one of the sites. One of the sites I had on Conservative Nation. I don't know what it started playing. It just started playing like music. Okay, what this woman said was 100% actual correct. And what it showed, a lot of pretty girls was not ready for the internet. It blew their head up when more people start seeing them, and they're like, oh, I'm attracted. This man want to see me. This man want to see me. I can do this. I can do that. And it took away from them. They couldn't handle it. They just got out of control. Parents, and it all fell down the line.
Brother, what do you think about? I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry about interrupting you. She said something about marriage-minded women. She said that the women here aren't marriage-minded. They like to spread their legs online for a gosh darn penny.
And nobody's gonna marry them. I'm sorry. If they marry somebody, they're gonna have to marry somebody that's broke, that's gonna carry them.
Yep.
That she's gonna have to carry them. Because there's no way a man who has money and has a good job and career want to bring that around his co-workers. He ain't gonna want to bring that around his co-workers. So she's 100% right. They're not marriage material. And then once they settle down, they're gonna run to church and find Jesus, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing for them to do that.
But don't get mad when you bump into someone who turned their life around and found Jesus and he is a former gigolo,
Yeah.
pimp, player. Don't go to church once you change your life around and expect to marry Apostle Paul. Because Queen Ruth already got Apostle Paul. You may need to stick to the prodigal son and dig him up out of the pit and brush him off, put him on a nice set of clothes, and y'all go on together in the Lord. But no, that's the type of women like that will turn 30 and 40 and then start saying how men won't look past them. All men want to do is sleep with
them. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the issue that's going on right now. You get what I'm saying? A lot of the guys, because of the OnlyFans crap that's going on here, a lot of the guys don't want to marry a lot of these women because they don't see them being marriage minded at all. It's almost take. And they don't understand. Guys, we care about that. We certainly do. And I want women to understand. Back in the day, let's say in high school, there was always that one female, she was a hoe. And all the guys knew that she was a hoe. And if a new guy started speaking to her and tried to date her, you get what I'm saying? And he didn't know that she was a hoe. And then he was going out with her. And as soon as he found out, all these guys slept with her, she gets dumped right away. It's an embarrassment. It is to be walking around and you slept with 50 guys, and then you're walking around with a new guy. It's kind of like Cassie Ventura, from the Diddy trial. If you've been watching the Diddy trial, let me tell you, that sucker is wild. That sucker is wild.
And she ain't as innocent as she put on.
Yeah, she wasn't as innocent at all. She was sitting there chasing Diddy, doing the most. If you're, that, I don't know, I think his name is Alex, that guy, her husband, okay, and you sat there and you heard all the stuff that she was doing. She was getting, taken down to the morgue by a lot of the guys there. You get what I'm saying? And there was a lot of guys, prostitutes. She was doing all sorts of tricks for Diddy, all sorts of tricks. And then you find this out on the stand. She never told you she'd been doing these tricks. And even while she was with you, she was still doing these tricks. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to do that. And that's what's going on nowadays. So this new culture needs to be fixed. And I think the only way to fix it is by shaming. You get what I'm saying? 115 bodies. Are you nuts? You get what I'm saying, Jamal? Well, this woman said 115 bodies. My gosh. Are you nuts? Last words on this here, sir.
Somebody's a hoe. This woman, these women, here's the thing. Somebody I'm sure gonna come in the comment section. We all sin and fall short the glory. That's true. But there is a scripture that the Apostle Paul said, there is a sin name amongst you that ain't even named amongst the Gentiles. Yeah. So there is some people that do stuff that ain't even named amongst normality. Okay, yeah, you may, got in high school, you had slept with 2-3 boys, and that was it. When you getting 14, 15, 50, and 40, knowing around you keeping a track, you done slept with a whole football team by the time you turn 20. Don't get mad when you don't get the pick of the litter. And then when the guy find out, He don't want you.
Yep.
You lie. Then when the guy find out, because somebody he'll say, yo, you see that dude? You see that dude with Silver Hawk?
Oh,
man,
boy, they
that
was
nigga
roasting him.
dumb. Yeah. Yeah, man, that nigga walk around here with her.
Man, I used to do tricks with her. Boy.
Man, you know why we call the Silver Hawk, right? Because
Yup.
her legs was like wings. As soon as you come to the room, she lay on the bed and say, Holly ho! So they find out about you. And you want to know why they don't. They took femininity, over-sexualized it, and removed the moral barriers that held it.
Absolutely. And I also believe it's a spiritual thing as well, too. You know, they don't really speak about that, you know, but I believe it's a spiritual thing. The more people you sleep with, the more ties that you have. You get what I'm saying? And there's an exchange of fluid, there's an exchange of DNA when you're having that type of stuff, you know, that type of interaction with folks. And for you to have 115 interactions like that, with that many, you know, oh my goodness gracious, you know, it's crazy to me to even sit there and think about something like that. But, you know, there's folks out there who have it, you know. God bless them if they can, you know, they can handle that type of lifestyle, let me tell you, because I know I can't. That's crazy. So besides that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure you do share. Let's go ahead and move forward. Absolutely. We got a lot more to discuss tonight, and let me tell you something. It's going to be fire. It's going to be fire.
It's starting already.
I'm telling you, this next one, let me tell you, it's going to make some folks mad. Absolutely. And I want to play the one clip, and then we're going to play the news clip to give you guys the perspective on it. All right? The full perspective. This viral clip here is doing numbers, let me tell you. It's doing absolute numbers. You know what? I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna wait on it. It will go better a little bit further down the line. I want to speak to you guys about Kevin Gates. This one will be good right here. Yeah, Kevin Gates. He is a rapper, maybe an R&B singer. I don't know. A lot of folks like him. Me, I quite frankly don't care for him too much, but I know there's a lot of folks who like him. And he calls out the hypocrisy on black people. He was on a podcast this past weekend, and let me tell you something. What he said on there got a lot of folks talking. It's doing millions of views, millions upon millions right now. And he's saying, ladies and gentlemen, that black people who complain when a white person kills a black person, they're stupid because they ignore the black on black violence. How are you going to speak about when a white person kills a black person, but you're going to ignore all the black on black crime, black on black violence that happens every gosh darn second? And when he said that, let me tell you something. The National Black Caucus of idiots out there, they were up.
Oh, God. Yes, yes.
They were upset. They were mad.
Yep.
And I want to go ahead and run this. And when it comes back, I want to speak to you guys about it. Now, there's a little bit of some graphic language in here. But if you've been watching this show, gosh darn it, you're already used to it. All right. So I know there's some new folks who always pop in. I just want to put that disclaimer out there for you. We live in a real world, And hopefully you can handle the real truth. Let's go ahead and run it. Here we go. Make sure you guys share. Hit that like button. Please, oh, please, we need your help. And if you can, guys, start to throw some coins in the bucket here for us. Throw some ducats out. Help us out so that we can bring you the truth you love and deserve. Here we go. Kevin Gates.
You can't judge me off a scale that we not the same thing.
Come on.
I'm carbon based.
Come on.
This shit different than ammonia based. It's genetically different. You can say what you want to, but what worked for you don't work for me.
I love that. I live by that. I feel that.
So somebody that can't go in the sun without sunscreen, man, your opinion don't even matter to me, man. God don't even fuck with you that much, bitch. Your opinion don't matter to me.
Come on now.
Like, I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. Like, when they talk to Black Lives Matter, I say, man, I don't really care for niggas like that. I don't care to be around them. Because there's always some bullshit. Well, I'm going to go back to the black community. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Why you ain't done now? Because you don't want that kind of pressure that's going to get applied.
Because niggas are crazy.
Because we kill each other all day. Talk about each other behind each other back. In the family get together and we gossiping in the kitchen. Nigga, you just seen me outside and went in the kitchen and decided to turn into a bitch ass nigga when you went in the kitchen. Yeah, Gates, he really think. Come on, man, that's all we do. When you look at my comments, the people saying negative shit be niggas. The Black Lives Matter movement, they got mad at me. They said, I told them, hey, listen, I wasn't made for everybody to like.
That's real.
I told them, you know what's worse than a nigga? They was like, what, another one?
Ooh, damn.
We kill each other all day.
Gosh darn it, what's worse than another one?
Kill you,
gosh darn another one.
You know, and then we talk about each other behind each other back. And then as soon as a white person kill one of us, y'all should have left him. Y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Damn. That's deep.
Be jumping up and down, hollering, talking about that Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to? Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about a nigga talking about he gonna split a nigga shit? Cause I like that type of shit too now. I like to hear a nigga get their top popped in a song.
Absolutely.
Being honest.
One less nigga I had to worry about. Gosh
But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong niggas, my antennas go up.
Oh, Lord.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just cause of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
For sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
Where I grew up at. Shots waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so why would I put myself in that situation? Anywhere I gotta be and have a gun, hey, I don't need to be there. God bless me.
Right.
Now, if you don't feel like God bless me, that's cool. But look at my situation and your situation. God bless me, homie. 100%. I ain't stupid.
Wow. And I'm going to stop it right there. My goodness gracious. That was fire. Let me tell you. Kevin Gates, rapper, R&B, singer. He says that he's a black man who don't like niggas. He don't care for them not one bit. Gosh darn, let me go ahead and I concur with him. I don't like them one bit either, and I'm very honest about it. I grew up in the environment. I know how they behave and act. I know a lot of them don't care about what's moral and what's right. And because of this nature they have, they get treated in ways that, how can I say, are not conducive to their quality of life. Brother, what do you think about this here? Kevin Gates says that, gosh darn it, what's worse than, a nigga in your sight? He says, gosh darn, another one. What do you say to this here? He's saying that, black folks out here are crying when a white person kills a black person, but gosh darn it, they're not crying when black people are killing each other. What do you say to
Jermain,
that?
I showed you this clip earlier, and I'm gonna let it speak from our soul. This clip is gonna speak to our soul. He is 100% correct. But what the problem is, you can't be Dr. Frankenstein and then complain about the monster you made.
Yep.
Now, Kevin Grant, he's speaking out, talking about it, but the music he makes, wasn't it called trap music?
Absolutely.
Wasn't he peddling
the same
what
thing.
he said? Now, everybody changes. Has he released music that says counter to what he did? Dr. Dre, if you listen to this song he did to let you know he was crossing over from the Death Row NWA, was I been there, I done that, you got guns, a million on a planet Earth, and he was just saying keep all that. That's in the early 2000s when Dr. Dre left Death Row and left it behind. Has he made a song out saying all that stuff I was rapping about, all that stuff I was saying, I was wrong?
Nope.
Because see, now is he care about some people not still playing his records when he out here talking about the trapping, the drugs, the banging? Yes, people are sick and tired of him. Yes, they sick and tired. But you got to first go back and change what you did and call it out. Because some of them grew up listening to your music and they acting out your music.
Absolutely. You know, I believe a lot of them too are playing the game, Jamal. They know that they're more dumb black folks who are into that gutter lifestyle than the good folks that are out there. If you want to be popular amongst black folks, it's very easy. You be pro-black all the way. I'm giving folks the key here. You be pro-black all the way. You dumb yourself down, right? You can't sound too smart. All right, you do some criminal activity. You got to go and maybe be in and out of jail a few times. Get yourself some stripes. Then black folks will love ya. That's what it seems like.
That's true.
It seems like that those are the folks they uplift. And I don't make this stuff up. Even the white folks in this audience, if you look at the black culture, who do they uplift?
The worst of us.
The worst folks. You go and speak to a young black man, you know who their favorite idol is? Some gosh darn rapper that's toting a gun talking about shooting and killing another nigga. And black folks are so retarded, in a sense, that they don't understand that influence, pushing that type of music and let it persist in that community, does nothing but perpetuate, ladies and gentlemen, the violence and the dysfunction. That's all it does. It doesn't do nothing else. If this was any other community, they would have the smart by now to get rid of it. They would. Do you think Asians would allow this? Absolutely. Do you think white folks will allow it? Definitely. Look at the way they act over video games. So let's just be honest here about it. I'm looking for a politician, in a sense, here to get rid of this type of music. Black folks want to keep it around, and the folks who are profiting around the music want to keep around by saying it's artistic expression. That's bullshit. Excuse my French. It is. It ain't artistic expression. It is gosh darn criminal expression. And that's why these folks are getting charged and put in jail by their own criminal lyrics. So we need to be a good and moral society, and we need to call it like we see it. There's black fatigue out here, right? Black ghetto fatigue. Right? We're tired of niggas. America's tired of niggas, let me tell you. We are tired. We're tired of niggas. Last words on this here, sir.
You know what, Jermaine? Like you said, our community hate to be told we're wrong, hate to have it brought back up of what we have done. And when you roll it out, this man and what he was talking about, yeah, it makes sense. But you was part of it. We always looking for someone to do it for us. One of the problems, Jermaine, I really say our community have, we keep trying to look for Martin Luther King and Malcolm X to replace them instead of looking within ourselves.
Yep.
We had families, we had church, we had structure. The entertainment that we chose pushed them out, and the worst of us, they made the representative.
Yep.
How long? Look at the twerking and stuff that goes on, Jermaine.
Oh my goodness.
Look at it. Every time you turn around, you can be a doctor. A black woman just walked across the stage.
Yep. And she
got your doctoral degree. And what you got to do, toot it up and shoot your booty. Go, girl, you slam them. And we encourage the ignorance.
Yep. We've encouraged it. You know, the black community isn't destroyed because of racism or white folks. It's destroyed because of the lack of moral character, ladies and gentlemen, and the lack of decent and good families. That's it.
Yes.
That is it. And one of the things that need to happen once more again, and I'm going to get this done before I die. I'm going to see that trap music, rap music crap is dead. I'm going to make it illegal for you to be putting out music talking about shooting and killing another person. I think that should be illegal. I don't think there should be any type of music out there where you're talking about shooting and killing another person. I think that should be illegal, and I guarantee you if we speak to one of these congressmen, they can get it done. The black community going to have to wake up. They're going to have to wake up, and they're going to be pushed against it, and a lot of the music industry will too, because that's the way they degenerate America. Haven't you guys noticed too, before we move forward, haven't you guys noticed that most of the music they're pushing has a pop and rap trap type of theme? All of it does now. All the music has that trap rap type of theme out there. And I'm telling you, all it does is degenerate America. The folks at the top understand that. They found the music that ruins character, that brings down your IQ, that gets rid of your brain cells. Okay, they found the music. It's called rap music. They found it, and they know that black folks are so retarded, they will push it until they die. They will. They'll black folks who will, they will fight and die on the hill of rap music. I swear to goodness. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Make sure you do share.
Please share.
Absolutely. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to somebody who just donated, took the $5 challenge. $5 challenge on PayPal. Shout out to Lisa Sharp. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and give her the customaries. Took the $5 challenge and says, love you, Jermain and Jamal. Thanks for the fresh take. Absolutely. Don't you worry about that. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. It is a fresh take when we speak about conservatism and what we bring on the show here. This is just not a regular conservative show. We speak about the truth, right? Well, we speak about what's going on out there, especially in the black community. We don't sit there and speak like, some white folks who are scared to be called racist. We don't.
Nope.
We speak to you like we're sitting back on a gosh darn bench in the park. That's the way we speaking to you about what's going on.
So please hit the like button for those who are
Absolutely.
watching us. Hit the like button. We are on Jermain's show tonight. Yes, it's I'm the mind of Jamal, but this is Jermain's show. Hit that subscribe button. If you are on YouTube, subscribe. If you are on Rumble, subscribe. If 30 people were to subscribe, that's just $5 a month. Think about what you can do. Don't look at it as my little money don't mean nothing. Because remember, your little money, this little money, that little money, 30 people little money, make a lot of money that helps get things done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what it is. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up here. Oh, we're going to have some fun with this one. Next one up here. I want to go ahead and show you guys a video from a graduation. Now, I was sent this video probably by about 4 or 5 folks. And let me tell you something. It's something that I want to show you guys. A lot of people are speaking about what happened at this graduation. This was at Madison Prep High School. All right, I want you guys to take a look at this. When it comes back, we shall discuss it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go. Graduation turned into a ghetto party. That's what it says. Bow.
I mean, look at that big fat potato salad arm stare. You can look, black folk just up there saying they just celebrating. No, they ain't. They ignorant.
Look, I'm telling you, it is absolutely outrageous. Besides all the hair and all the craziness there, you don't see any good, upstanding, let me tell you, students that would change America and that you would want to hire. You don't see that. I think that at this stage of life, you're graduating. I understand that people are exuberant. They're very excited. They're happy. It's a new chapter in their life, but there has to be some sort of decorum, some sort of respect. And in this new society ran by baby mamas, let me tell you something. You're going to see a lot more of this. You are. These kids here, they don't have any respect. And, ladies and gentlemen, they don't care about their family and their last name. If I had done anything like this, let me tell you something. My parents would have whooped my hide. They would have torn my backside from here to Pakistan. And they are from Africa. Let me tell you. You think I'm playing? I would have been fired. They would have torn my black ass up if I was doing stuff like this. Now, I want to show you another video of what else they were doing here. Let me go ahead and show you. Now you can see them. They're all doing. It look like I don't know. They're doing some sort of maybe the cha-cha slide. You know, and then they will break out and do some other stuff. And now I don't know if this is just
big black woman right there dancing.
And it seems like it's because it's mostly a black high school.
Is that the police?
Yeah, the police officer is doing it too, and then she's a female. And look at how they just broke up and start dancing like this. And these are the people, ladies and gentlemen, who can't read and write well. You see our test scores. You can see how bad students are across America right now. They're even lowering test scores to get students pass. And all I'm saying, all I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I believe there should be some decorum, some respect. That's it. You know?
Yes.
That's it. You could, after graduation, you can go to the party and you can go ahead and shake your tail feather there. You get what I'm saying? There's a place and a time for everything, Jamal. A place and a time for everything. And it seems like these people don't know it. What do you think about this here?
Look like a cave animal at the zoo, and the black folk in the audience are just as worse. It looks like our community are always promoting entertainment, and that's all we got to promote for ourselves is nothing but entertainment. From the rappers who do the dumb stuff, and then people always say black people trendsetters. Everybody always copying our black folk style because we offer nothing other than entertainment.
That's it.
You think any one of those girls that's in there dancing, they think, well, she's gonna be a doctor.
Nope.
Really? She's going to be a doctor? Would you want your child going to a doctor like that? I'm willing to bet you she sound ghetto and hood. My ex-girlfriend, Janice, who worked in human resources for a college, said you can always tell HBCU students from white schools, even the community college. Because in the community college and in the white schools, it's a certain dialect. And that's what she told me. It's a certain dialect that they have when you sitting across from them, interviewing them. But when you got somebody from an HBCU, you can tell they from an HBCU because it comes out in their way they talk during the job interview.
Job
She
interview,
told
the
me
way
one
they
time she
present
had somebody
themselves. Yep.
came in there. Yep. She said had somebody came in there, business major. But when he walked up in there, he had tight pants, looked sagging, and a shirt and tie, and was like looking like he was hanging on the block. And she looked, Janice said, she just ducked her head and walked away because she was the black female having the interview. And she said, you can tell people who graduated from an HBCU or all black school from a white school and a mixed school. And that just proved it.
Absolutely. And I certainly agree with it because, something my father used to say and something my pastor used to say all the time is that, black folks don't know the real world. He used to say that, and I used to wonder, what do you mean by that? And now I kind of understand when I say black folks don't understand the real world. In the real world, you need to act and behave a certain way. All right? You have to. That's the way it is. And a lot of black folks don't understand that. They believe that they can act any way and be accepted. Point in case, when black folks were going into the corporate world, how many black men were sitting there trying to bring their braids and all sorts of ghetto hairstyles to the guys what is it called, to the corporate world? They were getting mad at white folks saying, hey, you're going against my culture and this and that and this and that. When Brad and and Timmy and the rest of them had to cut their hair and be clean cut to be in the workforce there, they had to conform, and it seemed like they didn't want to conform. So we have a problem when it comes to assimilating to what I call a proper decorum. They just don't want to do that. And they believe that they should be exempt, in a sense, because they're black. And I think that is absolutely wrong. And you could tell they behave like that by the way they talk and the way they act, in a sense. Last words on this here, sir.
Like I said, Jermaine, and here's the thing. I made a video about it. You ought to hear the black people. Let them people celebrate. Let them kids celebrate. And black folk and welcomes that type of ignorance. Not all, but majority. If I make a video, Jermaine, and 78% of the comments from one particular group is mad at me, then that particular group welcomes and encourages them.
Yep.
I'm willing to bet you, Lord willing, we live in 2026, that same school going to allow them the next grade coming in to do it. And I'm going to say this real quick, Jermaine. I really wish these police officers stop trying to be community friends and just be police officers, because you don't need to be sitting out there doing the electric slide, playing basketball, all that. Your job is to police the neighborhood, not be the social worker.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, too, when they're being the friend and that cool cop and stuff like that, a lot of times that cool cop is allowing crimes to go unpunished. You get what I'm saying? Because, they're supposed to be the cool cop. They're supposed to be the one, watching. Ridiculous. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to a beautiful, beautiful woman that donated on Cash App. Kristen Walker out of Minnesota. Very beautiful. Let me tell you. Our $5 challenge. Shout out to Kristen Walker. I believe she might be watching on Facebook. Absolutely. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Please, oh please, we're going to need your help. Next one up here. Next one up. Oh, yeah. I think you guys are going to like this one. Now, oh, yeah. I think you guys will. Viral video going out right now because of the new legislation that is being passed. Actually, it just passed in the House and the Senate. Well, no, actually, it will pass in the Senate right now. And
I don't know.
It has to deal with EBT and SNAP. Absolutely. A lot of folks are upset. It's supposed to actually take effect here pretty soon. There's two bills, actually. I want to go ahead here and show you guys the viral video. Then I want to go ahead and show you guys the news clip that goes along with it. All right? And it deals with EBT and SNAP. Right now, Trump administration has lowered the dependent age from 18 down to 7. Yeah, let that sink in. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of baby mamas who are hating Trump right now. 18 to 7. So, originally, if you were on food stamps, EBT, let me tell you something, and you had a dependent under 18, gosh darn, you could stay on there until basically they grow up. But now they done changed it. I want to go ahead and run this video when I come back. I want to speak to you guys about it. A woman says that she's going to have to start stealing since they done reduced her food stamps. All right. Here we go.
No, like she can't go get a job.
Yeah, she's saying that they cut it from $738 down to $85. Take a look. Here we go.
I'm fucking pissed the fuck off. They cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85
Graphic language,
from
sorry about that.
$738. How the fuck that's supposed to support a household of 3? For a job that barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high in the bitch, groceries is high as shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bag, nicely act like you don't see shit and mind your motherfucking business because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded if they go talk to Trump about that shit. On my kids, anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl, fuck you or him. Fuck y'all. Because y'all the stupidest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
Bow. So, Jamal, my goodness gracious. That black woman is going viral. She says, F you. That's what she says. She says, F you. She says, F you and me and anybody who voted for Trump. Who did this to her. This is what she's saying. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal, you know what I think this needs right here? This needs a round of applause. Let's go ahead and clap, brother. Absolutely. She said, F us. Ladies and gentlemen, she said, F us. You know, she went from $738 to gosh darn $85. Ain't nobody told her to have 3 bastard children. Jamal, did you tell her to have 3 bastard children? Because I know I certainly did. You get what I'm saying? She said F us. We got some more folks coming here. I want to go ahead and run this one more time. And I want you guys to see how crazy she looks and the way she is talking. Because there's a lot of baby mamas who are just like her. They had no qualms about spreading their legs and sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry and getting pregnant because they know that there was somebody going to help them out. But let me tell you something. Gosh darn it. Daddy Trump ain't playing around no more. Let me go ahead and run this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
I'm fucking pissed the fuck off. They cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85 fucking dollars from $738. How the fuck that's supposed to support a household of 3? For a job that barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high and the bitch groceries is high as shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bag, nicely act like you don't see shit and mind your motherfucking business because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high and I dare you to
She thought she would be.
I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded.
Get her food stamps.
Oh my
Happy
God. Anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl?
But the people said no. Get a job.
Wow. So, brother, what do you think about this here? Before we go on, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to a beautiful woman, Yvette Romick Spillman. Says, your honesty is always refreshing. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and give you the custom. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Brother, what do you say to this here? You know, she's upset. You know, she's saying F you to the people who voted for Trump. She says that she's gonna steal.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying she's entitled. What do you say?
You know what, Jermaine? Now tell me this. Every time we talk about welfare, black folk always in the comments section,
they get mad.
Niggas. Yep. It's always in the comment section mad saying white people on welfare more than us. White people on welfare more than us. Why ain't I seeing the white folk making videos like this?
That's what I'm saying.
Welfare, while we got a whole endless library of niggas.
Yep, niggas do it.
We got a whole library of Negroes making videos like this. She sad. She don't know what she gonna do. She gonna steal. And that's when you need the police. I know the George Floyd thing clip the balls, but they got to go get their balls back and attach them and say, and you going to jail and your children gonna be in social service and you gonna lose custody of your kids and won't ever have them back. Yes, lock her butt up. Yep. Nobody told her lay on her back and the only thing she be good for is spitting babies out.
Yep.
You really ought to think about what she's saying. It should piss everybody off because we can't subsidize her irresponsible lifestyle. She's mad and threatened to go steal.
Yep.
Fine, lock her butt up.
You're absolutely correct, Jamal, because we're not going to sit there and, go along with her irresponsible lifestyle. We're not going to sit there and give her money for it anymore. She's upset and angry. You get what I'm saying? To a point where she's so entitled for the money, she will go and steal. This is what she said. She's going to hold her head up high and steal, and she dares one of us to say something when she get caught. That type of thinking, let me tell you something, is dangerous, and I don't think she should be a mama speaking like that.
Nope.
This is the type of stuff that Trump and good folks on the right have been trying to stop forever. This type of lifestyle. Because all it does is bring people to being poor, right? It puts you in the poorhouse very quickly. Mm-hmm. If you want to get to the poorhouse very quickly, have children. And have children alone by yourself. You go into the poorhouse very quickly. You are.
Poorhouse and
Most
style.
folks in this day and age don't think about the cost of children because of the gosh darn government out there. Folks like Biden giving away money, taxpayer money, to irresponsible folks. Since this legislation is passing, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. These folks aren't going to be able to just sit around and have children anymore. They are not. I want to go ahead and play this news clip, and when it comes back, I want to speak about it more. Make sure you guys hit that like button.
Now, a fiery national debate unfolding over President Trump's proposed budget.
While it extends the 2017 tax cuts, it also calls for slashing nearly $1 trillion from Medicaid and SNAP, lifelines for millions of Americans.
Katira Winfrey joining us live, getting reaction from lawmakers and residents who could be affected here. Katira?
Lynn and Mia, experts say this proposed bill is another way to address the national budget deficit, hoping to make up the tax cuts by overhauling Medicaid. According to statistics from the USDA, the 18th Congressional District is one of the top districts in Texas with the most SNAP recipients. I spoke to people in the 5th Ward who says it's a scary thought that these resources might one day not be available. Laid out in 1,000 pages, President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act lays out what his cabinet believes will help target the national deficit. Texas Democrats joined today to denounce the bill.
I am very much concerned about Medicaid.
Part of it, if passed, could impact SNAP and Medicaid recipients. The bill aims on reducing $700 billion in spending. It wouldn't be implemented until 2029. New requirements would ensure able-bodied adults worked 80 hours per month, and users would need to verify eligibility twice a year. Democrats fear it'll cost 7 million people insurance coverage.
We are senior citizens. Put themselves in a position if their parents was in that age, what would they do?
Ozell Booth lives in the 5th Ward, and while his body is holding up now into his 70s, he wonders what's next for him when his body tires.
I'm not on Medicaid, but like I told you, one of these days I lie to be on it and it lie not be it no more.
I see Medicaid as one of those necessities of life, especially for people who may need long-term health care.
Republicans say when it comes to SNAP, the bill would require able-bodied adults to fulfill work requirements until they are 64. And instead of parents being exempt from work until their child is 18, that exemption would only extend to people caring for a dependent under 7 years old.
Yes, I'm very...
You heard that? Under 7 years old. That means, gosh darn it,
get to work.
Yeah, you're going to be working. You're going to be working. You're going to be working.
Very much concerned. And my hope is that we can defeat
Oh, don't
this.
you know that's the sound of these ladies working on the chain.
People really will.
These women going to be working.
And I've reached out to
They
local
working.
Republican lawmakers for comment,
They're what they be
and I am still
doing.
waiting to hear
You
back.
be
But
working.
other Republican leaders say these
You
budget cut
working in the
proposals
morning.
still won't
You
put a
working
dent
in
in
the
the deficit.
evening.
A vote
You
is
working
expected
to
before
pay
Memorial Day.
for your
Live in
job
Houston,
evening.
Katira.
You working.
Wow. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, right? So dependence has been cut from 18 down to 7. You only got 7 years if you have a bastard child to draw that child support and get a good check, right? And a lot of the time, ladies, I want you to understand the government only care about your child support because they get a check. They get 66 cents on the dollar of every eligible child support dollar. So if you get on child support, if you go and try to get on child support and you use the welfare system, right? You say, hey, you know, I can't afford this baby. I'm getting child support. I need EBT. They're going to charge you for EBT and charge you. You get what I'm saying? They take the money. But as soon as you hit 7 years old, your dependent hits 7, you're not going to be eligible for a lot of that welfare system. I want ladies to understand that. And you're not going to be eligible for SNAP and EBT. That's going to hurt a lot of folks. And with that being said, the government ain't going to care about child support so much. They only care about it because you're using the welfare system. If you're not using it, they have no incentive to help ya because they get no money off of it. So that's where it is right now. And a lot of folks are upset about it. Let me tell you, a lot of folks. And there's a lot of folks who are happy about it. A lot. Now, I want to go ahead here and show you guys 2 other videos that are making its rounds. 2 other ones on this. And let me tell you something. You guys are going to be mighty, mighty upset.
Be happy.
There's a 40-year-old mother who has 10 kids. And she gets over $2,000 a month on food. I want you guys to take a look at this. Another woman who's upset and angry. I want you guys to take a look at what she's doing here.
Oh, you got pretzels, you got pancakes.
Going shopping. You see all the pop and stuff?
Somebody's face because I don't want to record them. So
you see all that pop?
They can be them, and we can go on about our day without any issues. Get some bees. Get
2,000
all
a
her
month.
kids gonna be
beef stew in our house. Most of the time, 2 cans. Everybody cooks separate sometimes. Oh, that's 6. Oh,
you have 10 kids.
I'm gonna get 2 though.
all that sugar. Oh my God, not oodles and noodles.
Yeah, oodles and noodles and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now take a look at this here.
Another one?
Today is food stamp day, as y'all can see. I've been waiting for the 17th
Food
to come
stamp
for so
day
long,
for
y'all.
her.
First, I didn't even think I was going to get them because I had been waiting for the approval. They had not sent me no paper saying like I was approved or denied. When I checked my card at 12 o'clock in the morning, I was happy as fuck. I instantly made me a damn Walmart order. As most of y'all know, I do not have a car, so I have to get everything delivered to my house. I got 60 items for $440. Now, this is not everything that I'm getting, but they, I guess, say that you can't go over.
She got a house of 4, single mama, 3 children.
The very last meal that I had to eat. When I tell you I'm about to eat so motherfucking good tonight, y'all don't even understand. I'm about to make a whole motherfucking Chipotle bowl. For the people that
You see how she's swearing?
Baby, y'all
just like the other single mama.
That's just that. As most of y'all know, I have 4 kids and they're under 5. So y'all
4
know
kids,
I'm
my bad.
$2 from their ass. For the people that think that they
under 5, 25 years old.
Food, is y'all cool? This is all the things that I did get, y'all. This is just for the
look at all the box food.
Look like it's $440. Shit nowadays is high as fuck.
There's nothing nutritious.
I had got way more shit than
nothing nutritious.
They made me put most of my
except that little bottles of water.
Over 100 items. Just know I'm about to be sacking my motherfucking ass off all motherfucking day. If y'all want to see part 2, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Love you guys.
Wow. So you see this here. It was muchly needed. It was muchly needed. You see what they're spending the food on? Nowadays, people don't cook. They don't cook like back in the day where you get your fruits and vegetables, you're cutting up some onions, you're cutting up some bell peppers, right? You're cutting up some garlic, you're making a stew. People don't do that anymore. You see what she was grabbing? Tostitos.
Oodles and noodles.
Junk food. That's where all the money's going to. Last words on this here, sir, before we move forward.
You getting food stamps and stuff like that, you don't get luxuries like that. I'm sorry. If you want to buy yourself one pie and some Kool-Aid, packs of Kool-Aid and sugar. Matter of fact, they need to stop the food stamp card and go back to them old books of food stamps. Yeah. That's what they need to do, because now everybody walking around like, yes, I got my food stamp card. You want to dip it in there and put the code, and nobody know you want food stamps. But break out that food stamp, boy.
Oh yeah,
how much?
Will do that.
I got $100 in food stamps. Then you hear people go,
"Yep, they look
I'm
at
on food stamps." Go back to food stamps. Start making some shame with this.
Absolutely.
The EBT cards make these people think that they can. Jermain, these EBT cards make these people think they got a job.
And they're sitting there acting as if they produced the money themselves. You see the way that young woman was talking? I'm gonna eat this MF food. I've been waiting all MF day and such and such and such and such. Speaking about it as if she won the lottery, saying that people are jealous of her and all sorts of stuff. And the only reason why people are mad is because they don't get food stamps themselves. This is what she said.
Y'all wish y'all
that
had
itself,
my
it need to be cut. It should only be, in my personal opinion, it should only be put out for people, the homeless, the veterans, people who are disabled. And single mamas out there, the single parents who have children, who have, in my humble estimation, one dependent under 5. I know that's going to piss off a lot of folks, but that's what I believe. Absolutely. And it should be capped at a certain amount as well. So if you can't have 3, 4, 5, 10 bastard children, and then your gosh darn bill that you get a month is sky high, $3,000 for food a month. Are you nuts? That's more than what some people make a month, and they're working all the gosh darn month. So we want common sense legislation. That's it. We want to get away from the BS culture that was there, and we want things done right. So hopefully, moving forward here, things will get back to how they used to be, and we'll have a merit-based system rather than what's going on. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? I want to go ahead and speak to you guys about a pastor. Oh, yeah, this pastor is making a lot of noise right now. This pastor is making a lot of noise about a store called Target. He's targeting Target. Get it? Targeting Target? Yeah. He's targeting Target, ladies and gentlemen, in a new boycott. Oh, yeah, because of Target's DEI policy they just cut. This black pastor is saying that it is hurting black and brown people of color. Absolutely. So he's calling for a boycott, and this boycott has, made Target sales dip a little bit. I want you guys to take a look at this, and when it comes back, I want to speak up to you guys about this here. This black supremacist pastor and DEI policy. Here we go.
A slump in sales, the CEO pointing fingers in part at what he called the reaction to the updates we shared on belonging in January. Now, that statement is according to CNBC. What the CEO is referring to was translated much more bluntly by one analyst who said, quote, Target is struggling after strategic missteps on DEI. And that is because people across the country have been boycotting the retail giant since March. And this is the man leading the growing effort.
It is not because of tariffs. It is not because of the stock market. It is because of the power of black unification and the black dollar. $12 trillion in spending power is not anything that we should laugh at.
That's Pastor Jamal Bryant of Atlanta, and he joins me now. And Pastor Bryant, I'm glad to have you back. When we first spoke, it was when you were in the very early days of this. And now here we are, the Target CEO saying he's not satisfied with the recent performance. He attributes it in part to the, quote, updates they shared on belonging. What's your response to that?
That all of this is avoidable. Brian is fully aware that the African-American spending dollar has a whole lot of muscle, and his betrayal to our community has repercussions and consequences. As a consequence, the stock has plummeted, that valuation has gone down, and even his own salary has been slashed, all because he's been dishonorable and not integrous with the black community.
So how long do you intend to continue this?
Until something shifts. We've got staying power. We've got a model. The Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago went 381 days. And our community
is
a
charlatan.
And focused and intentional that we're not going to spend our dollars where we're not honored and where we're not appreciated.
So other companies that have scaled back their DEI programs to varying degrees include Lowe's, McDonald's, Walmart, Amazon in some respects. So are you looking at expanding this beyond Target?
Oh, no, we're very clear. Over 17 companies have walked away from diversity, equity, and inclusion. But we decided with resolve and intentionality that we were going to do one at a time.
One at a time.
Target is the first. It is not the last.
I would
and another company is going to be coming on the radar in the next couple of weeks.
In the next couple of weeks, there'll be another one.
Nope.
Right, so
people still shopping.
I want to ask you one thing, though, when you talk about the power of the black dollar.
I was there last
it is
week.
Just the flip side, right? That you're showing that power when it comes to Target. But there are black entrepreneurs who are also selling at Target who are negatively impacted by this as well. A new report from the Wall Street Journal, they went through sales of Play Pits, which is black-owned. They said sales at Target of that product have fallen about 30% since April. Beautiful Curly Me also attributing reduced sales to your boycott. So what do you say to those business owners, right, who are members of the
black
communities
hair
that
products?
you are
Come on, ma'am.
conducting this boycott on behalf of?
No, we're so mindful of them. That's why we partnered with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. Over 250,000 people have signed up at targetfast.org. And when they do so, we send them a digital directory of over 150,000 black businesses across the country. We want to support those businesses. We're just not going to do it at Target. And so we'll do it directly through them and through their online platforms. Additionally, over Resurrection Weekend, 5 mega churches transformed their space into mega malls, a bullseye black markets. So 100 vendors would go into those respective cities and support. We want to see them thrive, and we want to see them soar, and we're going to put our muscle and our money behind them.
All right. Well, Pastor Brian, I appreciate your time, and thank you very much.
Wow. So that's Pastor Jamal Bryant, black supremacist pastor. Absolutely. You can't get around it. He says there's 17 stores that they have, outlined and identified, and they're going to be, targeting these stores one at a time until DEI policy is put back. You know, this is what he's saying. You know, the woman there on CNN, I don't know what her name is, but she was bringing up products that have slumped in sales at Target. And the products she's bringing up are black products, gosh darn hair products. I mean, I don't think they care too much about it. You know, I just don't see it. Brother, what do you think about this? Do you think that this will be effective? Or do you think that this is just something for him to, you know, gather attention and get folks to, you know, shell out some money for? What do you think about this?
Now, mind you, we're talking to a person that was ran out of Baltimore to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Jamal Bryant is my pastor's cousin.
Oh, so you got some
Apostle Geno Jennings. He will tell you Jamal Bryant is the devil. He's of the devil. Jamal Bryant was ran out of Baltimore because he was sleeping with the girls in the church 17 and 18.
Oh, wow.
He got one pregnant. And they ran down to Atlanta to take over, I do believe, is that Bishop Eddie Long Church?
Bishop Eddie Long's church, yep.
Now, Bishop Eddie Long supported George Bush.
Yep. I know Bishop Eddie
Bishop
Long.
Eddie Long was against gay marriage.
Yep.
Now, if he's taking over Bishop Eddie Long's church, he's doing opposite of what they
Eddie
were.
Long wanted. Yup.
But Eddie Long had a problem.
I think he died of cancer,
which
if
he
I don't
denied.
remember.
Yeah,
I
he
remember
died of
him.
prostate cancer.
I remember him very well.
To the day he died, he said they lied. He was just taking pictures, showing himself off, showing his muscles, and the person that did that to ruin his name because Eddie Long wouldn't bend and he was outspoken against gay marriage.
Yep,
but
he was.
Jamal
One of my
Bryant
favorite
is a liar, a thief, and he sleep with girls 17 and older and impregnate them. He has no credibility. But Aaron Burnett don't have any credibility either. They're just trying to do something to hurt Trump.
Shout out to PNB97220 says Jamal has great memory. Absolutely. He absolutely does. To a point where he gets the details, very, very specific details. Absolutely. Especially about Eddie Long. You know, I remember Eddie Long. Yeah, that's why I remember he died of cancer. It was a very
prostate.
Yeah, and a lot of folks were talking about him. A lot of, especially the LGBTQ community, the black folks, they were, oh my goodness gracious, they couldn't leave him alone. They couldn't. You know, RIP to that brother. Yeah, let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do us a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right, we got a little bit more here. Did I tell you it would be fire? I told you it'd be fire. Told you it'd be fire broadcast. Next one up here, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness gracious.
Oh, Brian.
Let me tell you something. The Democrat Party. Crazy! They're absolutely crazy. I've been watching a lot of the liberal broadcasts like MSNBC, CNN, They have another one, Occupy Occupy Democracy. And
Yes.
there's another one, and they've been running a woman on there. Different clips of this woman, and it's been hurting my ears. She goes by the name of AOC. And let me tell you something here. Yeah, I mean, she's just hurting my ears. They've been pushing her and pushing her to the point where now if you go on these different networks, they're all running basically the same clip, saying and believing that AOC could be the new face, the new leader, and they're dead serious about this, of the Democrat Party. Ouch! Let me tell you, that's an ouch if that's the vision that they're pushing. I want to go ahead and run this news clip, and when it comes back, I want to speak to you guys about it, because I have a lot to say about this, and I'm sure Jamal does too. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We need your help, all right? Absolutely. Here we go.
Who is the next generation of the Democratic Party? Semaphore is reporting that at least a half dozen senators are now viewed as potential 2028 candidates by their colleagues, top Democrats on Capitol Hill. It's a lot of folks. Semaphore is calling it a potential presidential primary dogpile in 2028. Joining us now, Phil Bump and Peter Baker, who are still with us. All right, so Phil, let's talk about the field and what the field might need to consider. You've got some polling on what costs the Democrats in 2024. Lay it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way you framed it as being the next generation, I think is really important. One of the things that we saw in 2024 is we saw this decline in support for the Democratic candidate among younger voters in particular. Part of that, I think, is just that younger voters don't recognize the exception that Donald Trump is within our political system. But part of it is just that the Democrats have actually lost ground, particularly among young men, and particularly young men of color.
Absolutely. Young men of color and young men, they done lost ground.
That some of that support for Trump has probably been fallen back over the course of the first couple months of his presidency. So we're sort of in uncertain territory, but the Democratic Party has for a long time now been more subject to the whims of young people, because young people are more likely to vote for Democrats than they are for Republicans. And so the Democratic Party has to be very attentive to this. And so I think that a candidate who's able to effectively argue to young people that they are the vision, that they are the way forward for the country, I think that person's probably going to have more luck as a general election candidate. The question, of course, is, are those young people going to vote in the primary and therefore help get that person on the ticket in the first place?
So I think that's a really good point that you made at the top, which is that for younger voters, Donald Trump is not an anomaly. He's not a disruptor of the status quo. He is the status quo. Donald Trump-style politics is what they've always known. And understanding that and then reacting to the world that we live in today, not the world that we lived in 10 years ago, 20 years ago, is important. And when you have in the Democratic Party right now, Peter, is a generation that harkens back to a very different political climate. And there have been arguments out there made and criticisms that Democratic leadership are playing by old rules that no longer apply. Peter, you're on mute.
Sorry. In some ways, they are obviously playing by old rules, and it hasn't been successful for them.
The Democrat guys all look like pussies. They look like lambs and nerds. They all look like they're wearing panties.
They need to go out there and find ways of fighting.
I just can't make this stuff up. Look at
them. A lot of people who are in the party, particularly younger. Saying that the old,
sweeter than a 10-pound bag of sugar on a 40 drum of honey.
That politics was played the way it was in the 80s or 70s or 90s, the Biden generation, that's long past. At the same time, of course, there are Democrats who will tell you you need to make a contrast. They're simply becoming a leftist version of Trump. doesn't stand on principle. You know, you need to stand for something better than just we have an ideology that's just different than his. That if you are arguing that he is a threat to democracy, if you're arguing that he represents a corrosive and divisive kind of politics, then simply being corrosive and divisive from the other side, changes the argument. So the Democrats haven't figured that out yet, and they don't have an obvious leader right now. These are a number of accomplished people who are making their way up to the foreground, but it's hard to see which of them at this point is going to emerge from that group in the way that Barack Obama did in 2008 as representative of a new generation.
Yeah, let's bring in somebody from the party, former New York Congressman and former DOJ staffer, Mondaire Jones. Mondaire, it's good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
The new generation of the Democratic Party, the next generation of the Democratic Party, what do they need to keep in mind?
Well, what they need to keep in mind is that we've got a whole election coming up in 2026 that is of existential importance, especially if people want to do something to rein in the excesses and the illegalities and the corruption of this current presidential administration. So we have to keep our eyes on the prize when it comes to that. And then, of course, if we're fortunate enough in this country to still have free and fair elections, a 2028 presidential election will take place. I don't think that, the so-called Biden cover-up is going to be prominent in 2028. I think there are going to be a lot of things on the minds of voters, but it is important, of course, for people to be honest about what happened in 2024.
Well, let's leave Biden out of it for a second and just focus on messaging. There's a debate within the Democratic Party whether they should lean more progressive, and there's polling numbers out today suggesting that the face of the Democratic Party by far is AOC.
Ridiculous.
On the progressive bent, or if they should go back and hew toward more of a middle ground. I wonder where you've run elections, you've won elections. Yeah. Where do you stand on where the future is, what the path is?
Well, I think, first of all, that the reason AOC is so popular compared to many other figures in the Democratic Party is because they're nuts, so to speak. It's because they see her standing up to Elon Musk and Donald Trump at a time when people, not just Democrats, but independents and some disaffected Republicans alike, are saying, who the hell is going to at least try to stop these people from doing what they've been doing when it comes to tanking the economy?
And I want to stop it right there. I want to stop it right there. So we get down to the truth here. We get down to the nuts and the bolts. Let me tell you. The reason why the Democrats like AOC is because, quote unquote, she stands up to Donald Trump. She stands up to the Elon Musk. This is what they're saying. I believe they like folks like AOC because the Democrats have a female mindset and they love women who basically stand up and run their mouth. And Jasmine Crockett, Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, all them women there are rude, nasty, crude, and they run their mouth. Brother, what do you think about this? AOC being the face of the Democrat Party.
I'm not surprised because they don't learn. They were supposed to spend $20 million to find out what do men want because the demographics are shifting toward President Trump. But they can't help it. They got to have someone, let me tell you why people ain't talking to the Democrats. Can I have another penis, please? Yeah. That's what these people are doing, are the ones who are talking to the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party wants AOC because they think what they're doing ain't working because they ain't doing it enough.
Mm-hmm.
AOC gets her butt out there. She may take California, she may take New York, but she is not going to take the Midwest. And the Democrat Party in that primary is going to get her. Why? Because you got donors who spent over $1 billion on Kamala Harris, and they knew Kamala Harris was an inept moron.
Yep.
That was Kamala Heels Up Harris. They're not going to waste their money like that anymore. AOC will not get the donors.
I don't think she will because of her being too outrageous and crazy. I don't think so at all. At all. AOC, ladies and gentlemen, if she's the face of the Democrat Party, let me tell you something. They're in absolute trouble. They are. They are in absolute trouble because what AOC represents, her ideals and values, a lot of the Democrats don't even accept what she's putting out. So she's on the fringe. She's out there on the spectrum. You get what I'm saying? She's on the fringe.
Called the retard.
Hey, I didn't use the R word. I stayed away from it. I certainly did. I show her respect, Jamal. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning.
She's a tart.
You get what I'm saying? They used
to
they call me the ghost. Let me tell you, the greatest of all talkers. Let me tell you, brother. I want to go ahead here because there's a person here that is doing a little roasting, and he's a liberal. And let me tell you something. He upsetted a lot of liberals. He did. He go by the name of Bill Maher. Real Time with Bill Maher. A few days ago, let me tell you something. He roasted AOC. And her, quote unquote, being the face of the Democrat Party. I want you guys to listen to what he's saying here. And when it come back, we're going to speak about it. We're going to wrap this up. Here we go. Make sure you guys share too, all right? Make sure you do. Here we go.
Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid. And then there's abortion. A difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up.
It's been nearly a year since Bill Maher launched his full-blown crusade against the woke brigade. And spoiler alert, he's not lifting his foot off the gas anytime soon. His latest target, none other than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's been zigzagging across the country like a woke GPS, broadcasting her progressive gospel. But Maher, yeah, he's not having it. As always, smash that subscribe button and let's dive in.
Every month I see a new poll reporting how much Latinos despise the woke term Latinx. It's about as popular with them as a reboot of Speedy Gonzales.
Oh, Lord. That was
Even
funny.
the
I don't care
country's
who you
oldest
are.
Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid.
So here's how it started. Bill Maher kicked things off by doing what he does best, asking the uncomfortable questions. This time, he zeroed in on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her relentless push for a far-left agenda that, let's be honest, is being increasingly rejected by everyday Americans. Maher wondered aloud, why keep flogging a political philosophy that so many people have already flagged as toxic, divisive, and out of touch? Any reasonable person might take a step back, reevaluate, maybe even pivot, but not AOC. Oh no, she's convinced she's got the moral high ground, and she's more than happy to shove her Latinx vision down America's throat, whether we like it or not. But here's the twist. Maher isn't done. What he says next is not just criticism. It's a calculated takedown, a verbal demolition, the kind that leaves no room for political spin or TikTok damage control. And trust me, you're gonna want to see every second of it. Stay locked in, because this is where things get brutal.
And then there's abortion. A difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up. When the wokey end of the progressive spectrum talks about abortion now, they shy away from that word, women, and prefer terms like birthing people or people who menstruate, because somewhere there's a trans man who's pregnant, and I say good for him, and I'll be looking for his story somewhere in a future issue of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
And I'm gonna stop it right here. So Bill Maher, a few days ago, was on the show roasting AOC, her being the face of the Democrat Party, the things that she believed, as you guys can see here. It's kind of wild. It really is. It's kind of wild. Brother, last words on this here.
Bill Maher really don't like her. Bill Maher want to win. What Bill Maher is, he's a classic sneaky Democrat. They have waved their progressive flag and they've lost. The reason why Barack Obama is loved amongst the Democrat Party is because he knew how to hide it. He knew how to hide the mess he was doing. And that's what he did. He hid it.
Mm-hmm.
All he did was hid what he was doing. And that's how he got away with it. So he will just want the Democrat Party to do what they do, but hide it.
Yeah. AOC, what a crazy woman, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and move forward. Last but not least, I know we're it's getting late for some folks out there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll get you in bed. Don't you worry. Last but not least, brother, I want to speak to you about Trump's pardon. Oh, yeah, this pardon has basically pissed off a lot of folks. On both sides. I want to go ahead and speak to you about it. Trump has pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley from the Chrisley show. This is a show that, folks in my family have watched. It was a very popular show, the Chrisleys. They were arrested and they were indicted and arrested and put in prison for tax evasion. I want to go ahead here and run this clip. When I come back, I want to get you guys' take on it. A lot of folks are saying that Trump had pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley because they were white. And there's another part where folks are saying he only pardoned them because, gosh darn it, they had money. What do you guys think? Here we go.
6:14 here on the East Coast, and welcome back to Live Now from Fox as we continue with your top stories and headlines this Wednesday morning. New this morning, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley are expected to be released from prison. President Donald Trump making the announcement on social media and even called Savannah Chrisley, letting her know the news. Right now, we want to check in with Fox 5 Atlanta's Brooke Zahner, she joins us live at the federal courthouse in downtown Atlanta with the very latest. Brooke, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. And the Chrisley's daughter, Savannah, also posted to her own social media feed, first thanking President Trump for commuting her parents' sentences and her followers for all of their support. She's really been at the forefront of trying to get her parents' convictions overturned.
Your parents are going to be free and clean.
In a video posted to X, President Donald Trump says he's granting full pardons to former reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Well, I have shed so many tears. The president called me personally as I was walking into Sam's Club and notified me that he was signing pardon paperwork for both of my parents.
The pair was convicted in 2022 of conspiring to defraud banks and the IRS out of millions of dollars. During their incarcerations, their legal team continued to file appeals while their daughter, Savannah, sought a pardon petition.
I don't know them, but give them my regards.
It still doesn't feel real. It doesn't. I'm freaking out. So I'm going to go and prepare to go pick up my parents.
That pardon petition claimed the Chrisley's convictions were based on an illegal raid, compromised evidence, and false testimony by a key government witness. On Tuesday, both Savannah and her brother Grayson got a call from the president, letting them know he would be pardoning their parents.
President Trump didn't just commute their sentences. He gave them a full, unconditional pardon. So for that, I am forever grateful.
And Savannah went on to say that she is expecting to have her parents back home at some point today, if that hasn't already happened. Of course, it's something we'll be tracking here. But for now, that is the latest here live in downtown Atlanta. I'm Brooke Zahner reporting for Live.
Wow. So there you go. Todd and Julie Chrisley. They have been pardoned. Family members are very, very happy about it. Let me tell you, yes. There are folks who are absolutely mad. What do you think about this here? Do you think that, Trump pardoned them because they were white, as, a lot of liberals are saying? Or do you think, there's a little bit more to it?
President Trump saw what happened on January the 6th, and he saw how abusive the Biden administrations and how selective they were with prosecutions.
Absolutely.
He himself, look at my shirt. I am 34 times more MAGA than ever. That's because they in New York convicted him of 34 felonies.
Times, yeah.
Fake crimes that should have never been done. They literally broke the law. They went and changed the statute so Jean Carroll could sue him. They changed the time you have to sue somebody so Jean Carroll could sue him. Donald Trump saw how a prosecutor can be. He saw how Jack Smith could be. And Donald Trump do not trust now district attorneys and attorney generals, because he see they can abuse their power and put you in jail just like that. He's been a victim of it. So when he go overlook something and he hear this, Donald Trump try to change it and fix it immediately. And that's what happened.
Absolutely. I don't think this is because, they were white at all. I think that's just some BS. I believe it's because of the selective enforcement. Also, Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley, they're Trump loyalists. They were actually quite upfront about, being for Trump, along with the children and everything. I believe, behind the scenes, there's a personal relationship there. I believe so. So I believe that also played a part as well. And the older you get, and the more you start paying taxes and you start understanding the government and stuff like it, a lot of folks get caught up in tax stuff, get audits and dumb stuff. The government and taxes, they like to screw the little person over all the time. They absolutely do. And I'm not saying that there isn't tax cheats out there and people who refuse to, not pay taxes, but gosh darn it, you even pay taxes in death. So, when do we, get a freedom from taxes? You know what I'm saying? And I believe that everybody should be looking for avenues to get our tax burden down, to be honest, especially if you pay a lot of property taxes like the folks where I live at. Property taxes are pretty high. So that's what it is. That's what it is. I think that there's a personal relationship there that fostered this pardon. And I think the pardon was based upon that. And I don't believe that, the actual sentence was just for what was going on. So that's what I believe with that. Other than that, brother, let me tell you something. That is our show. That is our show for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody and their mama's mama for coming down and hanging out with us here tonight. Absolutely, we absolutely love you, and we thank you. Thank you so much. Brother, any last words for our beautiful, beautiful crowd?
Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for giving us time. If you did not hit the like button, hit the like button. If you didn't donate, you can at least hit the like button.
Yep.
Make sure you liked and shared. And if you did donate, we're appreciative. If you didn't, hit the subscribe button for Jermain page. If you want to donate to Jermain,
absolutely. Absolutely. You get shot up twice. All right. I'd like to thank everybody. Jamal, I'd like to thank you as well for coming and giving us the good word. We absolutely love you. So I like to say that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, once more again, thank you so much for hanging out with us here. Hold on here.
What happened?
I don't know. There was something crazy going on. And ending the night and things are screwing up. We shall be putting out some, and I want to go ahead and thank folks out there too. You guys been sharing our clips. There'll be some more clips being put out tomorrow. Let me tell you something. The clips that you help share, it helps bring folks to the show. All right. There's a lot of people who don't know that there's a show like this out there. They're just used to the regular conservative show there, which is nice. But also there's this aspect of, conservative talk that I believe most folks need to hear, especially when it comes to the race issues that we speak about. So I like to thank everybody for sharing and doing their part, all right? So with that being said, we shall release you. You guys take care. Have a very, very good night, and we'll catch you guys here later for another edition of Double Barrel J's Conservative Nation Wednesdays. You guys take care. Love you, and goodbye. Peace.
The simple truth about the love it brings to me. Where do I